Namaste. All the beautiful souls, welcome back to Vaitara Tarot Reading. I hope you're all safe, you're all doing well, and we are all trying to come back to our normal lives. And we are very much hopeful and we are very much determined that this pandemic will be disappearing soon from the air around us, and we will be able to do things we love to do without any disturbances. And today's pick card reading is about a topic which is very deep and which is going to bring us a lot of information. It is about how to get released from the state of depression. Depression has become a very huge word, a word which is out of our understanding for most of us. So depression has emerged as the most life-threatening conditions. I would not like to term it a disease, rather a state of mental void where the person is completely self-centered. The person goes completely psychotic, completely neurotic, and they cover themselves under the thick sheets of delusions, fear, anxiety, the lurking shadow of loneliness. They hate to be alone. While the thing should be the other way around. You should be able to enjoy the bliss in being alone. And one thing is for real, that once you're out of your mother's womb, the journey of the suffering begins. There are about 3 billion people on this planet. And we all have tasted this emptiness. We all can relate to this hollowness, to this loneliness. It's like there with a big mouth open so that whoever comes, it can just gulp in the darkness. So what is the solution? Is psychiatric counseling a way? Of course, psychiatrist counseling is one of the rays of hopes for the patient who are dealing with deep depressions and deep anxiety. But you should be taking a decision whether you want to undergo the antidepressants, the drugs. Because what medical science says is that anxiety, depression, all these things are related with the mind. That's true. But it's not true that the mind is present inside our brain. The mind is omnipresent. It is present in each and every cell of the body. And the interesting fact is, brain is not responsible for our depression or for our anxiety. Brain is the smartest organs in our body, and whenever it senses that something disturbing is happening to the body, it immediately releases some chemical compound so that it can protect itself. It doesn't want to damage itself. And all these antidepressants, what they do, they affect on your brain, damaging your brain cells, so that will worsen the condition. So what is the solution? Can we get rid of the depression? Can we end the depression? Can we manage the depression? Actually, these terms should be completely executed. Why would you like to manage something which is not good for you? Manage things which are good for you. Why do you want to manage your depression? Why do you want to manage your anxiety? Managing money, understood. Managing property, understood. Managing relationships, understood. But why would you want to manage the depression? Okay, so I can just go on and on and on, but let's focus with the today's reading. I have 3 piles here, and I have selected only one card for each pile because that will speak all about your condition and how can you release from your depression. And to attract your intuitions, I have used here laughing Buddhas who carry the bundle of laughter, and they say that laughter is the best medicine for our well-being, especially our mental strength as well as our physical strength. So use your intuitions if needed. Pause the video, do meditation, look at the timestamps, whatever relates you, whatever resonates you, you can use that to choose your pile. And let's move with the pile 1. So let me keep the other 2 piles ahead. So let's begin today's reading with the first pile. So those who have chosen the laughing Buddha, who has held a big bundle of positivity for you, and he is bringing this into your life. Have faith in the higher energies and get connected. Try to listen to what the card is trying to tell you about your condition and how can you release yourself from this condition. And the card which has all the information, the card which has stored everything for you to bring you out, plunge you out of this darkness, is 7 of Cups. This is the card which tells your story, your way, what are the sources, what is your condition, and how can you resolve, how can you get relief from the state of depression. So the beautiful souls, those who have chosen pile 1, when I look at the card, I can sense very strongly, and the card itself is trying to convey me so much about what you're going through. And what I sense from this card is that the whole source of your depression is rooted very deep. It is underlined. A deeper wound is underlined in your heart, in your mind. And where from this wound has originated, you could relate better to what I am trying to convey as a medium through the card, is that you are someone who is highly imaginative. The more the power of imagination, the higher the power of delusion. So it's all created by yourself. You have fixed opinion about yourself. You think, this is your opinion, you think that you are not good at communication. You think that you are not good at expressing your emotions, whatever the emotions could be. The anger, the hatred, the love, the friendliness, the warmth. And you think that you are an introvert. The word introvert is been completely misunderstood. So that is your opinion about yourself. You think you are not socializing. You don't like to socialize. You think you're not good at communicating. You think you're not good at expressing your emotions, and you think you're an introvert, and that's why you always search to channels to run away, to move away. okay? And you are imposing your opinions onto others. You are thinking all this about yourself, and you think that people have this image of yours in their mind, and that bothers you. First, you separate yourself from everybody around you because you don't want to get mixed up, you don't want to get socialized. Then you think that people are not paying enough attention to you. That is really very unfortunate. And whatever you do, you always think from the perspective of the next person, the other person. Like, if I do this, what will they think about me? What will they have an opinion about me? If I get into this career opportunity, what will the society say? If I do this, what will my brother say? If I do this, what will my father say? Like, what kind of opinion they have on me? So there is so much of things going inside your mind. You do everything inside your mind. You make up, you made up, you build up, you make the whole city of Rome, you construct inside your mind. And immediately next second, you ruin it all because you think that people might not like it. Actually, first thing what you must understand very clearly is that everybody is so busy in their own lives. And everybody is not judgmental about everything you do. People don't put opinions for every little or big thing you do unless and until you go to them and ask for their advices or suggestions or opinions. People are busy. Nobody is watching you. So come out of that inferiority complex that people don't like you. And people think you're an introvert. And if you think you're an introvert, let me tell you that being an introvert is really a bliss. You must watch this documentary on BBC. It's a very beautiful documentary. It's for about, the title is, I think, Being Introvert is a Bliss. That is the title. There's a short documentary on BBC. You must watch it. See, people make up words, introvert, extrovert, and we get so much entangled in these words, and we take these words on such a serious note that we are ready to ruin our lives following these words. It's just a nature. Anybody can't be an introvert forever, and anybody can't be an extrovert forever. Our behavior, our nature, our importance, like what we give the priorities, they change in life. Okay, nobody is born introvert, nobody is born extrovert, and these things will not sustain permanently. People will change. There are times in a day when people are tired, they want time for themselves, they want to sit quietly for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, they want to spend time with them. So that 10 minutes won't make them introvert. If somebody is meeting them in that 10 minutes, will that person think that he is an introvert? What difference does it make to him or to her or to them? So first you have to understand that it's a bliss to be an introvert. There's a thin line between the word loneliness and being alone. Loneliness is what you create in your mind, which is omnipresent everywhere, including your brain, including your heart. Okay, so don't give that much emphasis to the words. Try to understand the feeling of the words. If you're not enjoying your loneliness, you're depressed. And if you're enjoying being alone, then you are in an ecstatic state, the ultimate state of happiness. You should be able to enjoy yourself. What is it you don't like in your life? What is it which triggers your anxiety? What is it You are afraid to lose. You have to communicate. If you are getting it difficult to communicate, then you should be selecting a person from your family or from your friend or from your society, or you can even sometimes open your hearts to strangers. It is rather easier to talk to a stranger because you might never meet them again. Okay, so express your feelings. Try to open up. Come out of your cocoon. Come out of your protection, because what you think is your protection is now harming you. So understand that. So what is the solution? What is the solution? What is the solution for your fear? What is the solution for your anxiety? Why aren't you able to come out of it? Why are you getting deeper inside it? Is there any escape? No, there is no escape. Actually, the problem begins there. First, you have to clear your mind that there is no escape. Until you find the way to escape or to fill in your depression with some creative, recreational activities like going to a gym or joining some groups or joining some online groups or doing some extracurricular activities which you don't like, which disinterest you. It's not your choice, because just because people say that, you look very depressing these days, so why don't you join yoga classes, or why don't you do meditation, or why don't you make a habit of going to church every Sunday, or going to a temple, or going to a mosque. That might give you a little peace of mind. Then you think that you try everything, every suggestion, and you stop listening to yourself, and you get influenced so much from outside. You do things which doesn't interest you to fill in. It's an escape plan. It's a runaway plan. And until you become clear that I can't run away from my depression, there will be no way out. First thing is to confront. Sit. Question yourself. What is the source of my depression? From where it has started? Is it something which started early from my childhood? I've had some deprived childhood, or some kind of abuses in the childhood, or is it a teenage issue, or is it about your body, or is it about your hair, or is it about your teeth, or is it about your girlfriend or boyfriend or father, mother, sibling, or is it about your any habit, or is it about your failure in your education, or in your career, or in your love life, or in your family life, professional life? You have a fear of losing what you have, or you have a fear of not having enough what you desire. What it is, first you come to the real source of your anxiety, from where it all started. Okay, so there are some incidences which we don't want to remember. There are some incidences where we don't want to go back. We remember them very clearly. We know that is the cause for all our anxiety. That is the particular word which triggers our anxiety, which triggers our depression. But we are completely in the denial phase. Even when we look at the mirror, the other side of the mirror says that, see, this is bothering you, and we are like, what are you talking about? It's all nonsense, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember any such incidents. Why are you talking all these things? Then late at night, when it is dark, when the depression is high in its peak, then you will be recollecting these things which you denied in front of mirror. Then you cry, you make your pillow wet, and you sleep in your depression, and throughout the night the depression is like reaching its the wavelengths are so high, the waves are so high, and by the morning everything is normal, and things will be normal for 1 or 2 days or for 1 or 2 weeks, and again you're back to hug back your depression. Because you have been overthinking so much. No outsource, nobody from outside will come and help you until you want help. When you understand that something is disturbing you deeply, you need a help, knock at the doors. Please open, I need help. I need to talk. Please open, I need help. And when somebody senses, especially your family sense, when you are in anxiety or depression, they say, is something wrong? Is everything okay? Then just don't lie that, yes, everything is fine, I can manage, I'm strong, I am a man, or I am a woman with a strong mentality. I'm a modern day woman, so I can handle things. Everything will be fine. I'm very strong at heart. I'm very strong at brain, and I will manage. No, these words, you have to knock them out of your dictionary. When somebody asks, is everything fine? You should be able to say, I actually don't know. Then they will take out time. They will sit with you. They will talk with you, and you can bring out the things to the surface. And maybe what you're thinking is really very difficult, really very hard to resolve, really very huge, really very giant. It could be this much, a little thing. It could be just resolved by talking. And if you think that you cannot talk to someone in personal, go for a psychiatric counseling. And try to get involved into activities which you really love to do. It could be silly activity, like playing with mud or getting out in the rainfall. Do it. Don't think what people will think. If somebody will say, see, look at me doing this silly things, what will... Self-love is the only solution which can heal you from within. Love yourself. With compassion, then only you will be able to relate to everything which is around us. And then probably you will be surprised, like, okay, this tree was on my way each day, but I never looked at this tree. This is so beautiful. This sky, this place, these buildings, these people, everybody around is so beautiful. This little butterfly, this little dog, my fingers. Okay, so when people say something out of their little common sense, maybe they are trying to just have fun, maybe they are trying to say it in a lighter way, but you take it in a very denser way, a deeper way. As a child, I remember my aunt always told me that my nose is like a pakoda. Pakoda is a Indian cuisine, vegetable pakoda. It's like swollen, something like swollen, which we put in oil for deep fry, and it swells. It like swollen thing, She told me your nose is like pakoda, and I used to introspect from all the angles, and I used to say, no, it doesn't look like pakoda, this looks like a nose only. So you should be confident about yourself. Just because somebody is telling that your eyes are not beautiful, you are not beautiful, your hairs are not fine, or whatever, it could be a thing, it could be anything. Don't be ashamed of what you have, because it will not go. Just because you don't like it, it will not go. Just even if somebody says that is not perfect, tell that it's absolutely perfect, it's absolutely beautiful, I love it the way it is. That should be the attitude. You should be having a happier attitude towards life, because life is very, very valuable, and we are very, very fortunate that there are so many people around us to help us, to guide us, to take us out of our problems. So first thing you have to learn when you are in depression is that you should not try to run away. You should not try to escape. That's the first thing. Second thing you can do is don't fill in things with activities which you don't like. Do things which you like. Spend time alone. Try to enjoy your own company. Do things, at least sit down with a cup of coffee, with a cup of tea, or with snacks. Watch your favorite movie. Listen to your favorite songs. Do what you like. Don't ever get the thing in your mind that what will the other person think. Let the other person think anything what they want to think. If you do, even if you go to moon, people will have opinions about that, and even if you fall down on the earth, people will have opinions about that. So just ignore which hurts you. Start loving yourself, loving your mind, loving your body, loving your heart, loving people around you, loving things around you. Fill your heart with so much compassion that there is not even a speck of place for anything negative to get inside. Love, compassion is the only solution. Communicate and try to avoid the antidepressant drugs. Try to change your priorities in your life. Switch to sattvic food. Eat simple food. Avoid junk food, because all your thoughts are results of the food you put inside your body. Try to take enough rest. Sleep. If you're sleeping for 6 hours, sleep for 8 hours. If you're sleeping for 8 hours, try to have a deep sleep. Go for body massages. Go for foot massages. Okay? Try to have a get together with family and friends. And if somebody is criticizing you, try to take that into constructive criticism. Don't take it directly onto your heart, because if you take everything onto your heart, it will become very difficult to release that baggage. You know. And when you see somebody is, you can make out that if somebody is depressed, you can make out through their eyes, through their body language. If you see something is disturbing with someone, help them out. Tell them that, you know, you're not the only one. Everybody on this very earth is stressed. There is depression. And with the darkness, the depression rises. So we need to learn to rise. We need to stick to the reality that after the darkness, the sun will rise and bring the rays of hope. So love yourself. Go for communication. Switch to sattvic diet. Choose for healthy habits. Love people. Love things. Compassion, completely wrap yourself with compassion. Take deep breath, relax, sleep, and be happy, and try to connect to the energies of whatever the words or the sentences. Do not take them literally, because words are not really deeper enough. So don't take them literally. Take them lightly and enjoy your life. Try to come, because it is only you. First aid for the depression will come from yourself. Okay, to take help. Don't hesitate in taking help, and understand the value of your life and make the best of your life. My best wishes for the beautiful souls, those who have chosen pile 1. So with that, we come to an end with the pile 1. Now let's move with pile 2, those who have chosen the laughing Buddha, having a bundle of joy which will give you relief from your state of depression. So let's see what the card has stored up for the beautiful souls, those who have chosen pile 2. The card is 8 of Wands, and this card is telling all your story. Wands is a representation of fire energy, so you could be a fire sign, that is Aries, Sagittarius or Leo. And fire is a representation of fire is representation of friction, heat. So when I look at the card is trying to convey me, to be a medium, to convey you the messages so that it could release from all of your depression, all of your anxiety, that the source of your depression is rooted with your childhood issues. There were some incidents in your childhood which are still somewhere inside you, deeply wounded and underlined, which you need to bring to the surface. And each time when you are in the darkness, these memories comes out and they become even more darker as the night continues. This happens more frequently. And every time this happens, it triggers your depression. And the incidents which had happened to you as a child, these incidents are not letting you enjoy your present life, because our inner child is still innocent. The inner child is still playful, and if you have left them somewhere alone in a fearful situation, in an alarming situation, then the child will not let you be happy. It will not let you have that peace of mind. You might have completely forgotten it, or you might be in the denial phase, or you might be thinking that, okay, whatever happened to me as a child, it was really unfortunate, but I was not responsible for whatever had happened to me, but I am out of it now. I am an adult now. I have moved away now. I forget everything. No, you might have forgot that, but your heart, your mind will never forget what had happened to you. No, not in this lifetime, not in the past lives. Your heart remembers everything. Your mind, which is omnipresent everywhere, it remembers everything very well, scene by scene, and that too in a slow motion. Okay, so you have inner child issues, what I'm sensing from the cards, because now what kind of person you are is absolutely like smart, absolutely compatible, sociable. You might be a famous person, you might be having a wonderful spouse, wonderful children, wonderful family, wonderful business, and everything is going on like rocking, super rocking, but something in the corner of your heart is pricking you, and you get frustrated, and you sometimes say that, you know, why this incidents comes back on and off. I want to forget them. I want to get rid of them. And to get rid of them, your escape plan would be to fill in things. You look into some source which says that are you in depression? Do you want to manage your depression? Do you want to manage your anxiety? Come, we are offering you a course. In 6 days, we will take you out of your depression. Do this, do that. You will be out of your depression. Do meditation, do yoga, or take and go to this temple for continuously for seven days a week, or Saturdays every year. This go to church Sundays. Do this, do that. You know, and you'll be out of your depression. if that incident really doesn't matter to you, then why do you get yourself enrolled into all these idiotic things which doesn't interest you at all? You're doing it out of your sheer self-centered nature, so that these incidents will not prick you. And because of this issue of yours, which is deeply underlined with your past incidents which happened to you as a child, they are not able to let you enjoy your present time. That's why you're having problems in your professional front, in your business. You have so many enemies, and there is so much of jealous, so much of friction, so much of trust issues. Okay, so you might be also having problems in your personal life with your spouse. You might be having doubt. You have that fear that you will be left alone. You don't want to be left alone because your inner child is so very insecure that they have the fear that they'll be left alone. Actually, they are left alone because you are not at all doing anything to connect to them. So unless and until you go back and connect to your inner child, they will not let you come out of this depression. And what is making you think that you have forgot everything which had happened to you as a child is that maybe there is nobody around you who could make you remember those days, So you are like, okay, what had happened now. There is no witness, or there is nobody who will talk about all that issues. Like, I don't want to remember all that. But the actual way to see is the other way around. You have to bring that emotion to the surface and release it. Release that baggage. You cannot get rid of it. So whatever the negative energy is present inside you in the form of depression, you have to transmute it. You have to transform yourself. You cannot throw it because it's a part of you. You have to treat it as you treat your physical ailments. Okay, so first thing you do is stop escaping. No escape plans. Don't try to end it. Don't try to run away from it. No filling ins, no filling activities which doesn't interest you. Okay, if God doesn't interest you and you fill in with godly things like meditation and devotion, that won't help you until and unless you have a positive outlook for the activity which you are doing. Okay, so you must understand that because of you there is so much of friction in the cells in your body. Your cells are sad, they're hurt, they want to get rejuvenated. And who will help you out from this situation? How can you come out of this situation? So first thing we have to understand when we are in any kind of anxiety or depression is that the first aid for depression comes from within yourself. Sit down, close your eyes, connect to yourself, find that source which is making you disheartened, which is giving you this emotional turmoil, which is bringing tears out of your eyes, which is taking away your sleep, which is bringing in so much friction in your professional and personal life. Why aren't you able to trust people who are so very important in your life? Okay. So according to cards, what I'm sensing is the source lies somewhere in your childhood. So what I suggest to you is that do the mirror activities. If you don't have mirror in your bathroom, have one. Everywhere, like wherever you spend more time in your office, or like if you're a working woman, then in your kitchen, in your bedroom, Everywhere there should be a mirror, and whenever you have a free time, you have to have a glance of yourself in the mirror. Look into the mirror, try to look into the mirror, and you have to look into the mirror by the time you can admire yourself. Okay, you should come beyond your complexion, you have to come beyond your scars, you have to come beyond your wrinkles, or you have to come beyond your body structure or whatever. You have to try to look into your eyes. Okay, so do a lot of mirror activity and try to see a happier you in the mirror. And once you do that, it means that the treatment for your depression is on. You will be able to come out as a winner. Okay, so do a lot of mirror activity. And if there is any part in your body which you dislike, or which the other person dislike, like if you have maybe you have a bald head, so touch your scalp and tell that, fine, if there is no hair on my head, I am bald, it's fine. See, my bald head is so shiny, I love it. Don't worry, people will say whatever they want to say, but I really love you. Fine, no hair, I'm fine with it. I have no eyebrows, okay, I'm fine with it. I love the way you are. If you have something on your face, some scars on your face, you tell that even the moon has scars. So what is it? Does it decrease the beauty of the moon? No. And if there is any body part which you think that you have to change, sometimes we have the quiz contest, like if given an opportunity, which of your body part you want to have plastic surgery, like you want to make it big or small. Say, no, I love all my body parts and I love the way they are. But I find your nose is crooked. Fine, it's crooked. The beauty is in its crookedness. That should be the attitude you should have towards your life, because life is very, very valuable, and these silly things cannot make you depressed. It's really very unfortunate. So with the mirror activities, if you have issues with your body, then you can touch that body part and caress it, cuddle it, give it a massage, or keep looking at it and keep talking to it. Tell it that, oh, I love you so much, don't worry, don't listen to whoever says whatever, because each and every part of our body is cell, and cells themselves are complete entity, and cell has its own mind. So tell your cell that, fine, I love you, I love my nose, I love my eyes, I love my ears, I love my wrinkles. So whatever is with me, outside and inside, I love it, and nothing can influence anything from outside and from within. So with the mirror activities, you can do the touch therapy also. Touch yourself, say that I love you, say that everything will be fine. If you have some kind of long-term diseases, tell them that you're going to be fine, you're under treatment. If you have issues with your heart, tell them that I'm going to treat you, I'm going to bring you back, I'm going to revive you, I am there with you, you just help me, support me, I need your support. Together we can do. So don't get stressed out. So first thing you need to do is you have to do mirror activities, and then you have to do the touch therapy. And third solution, what you can do, those who have chosen pile 2, is you can download it, or you can get into sessions on your weekdays or whenever you're free. You can get involved with inner child guided meditation or hypnosis. That will really help you. If you can have it a personal therapy or a personal session for treating your inner child wounds, that will be very better. But if you cannot access it, you can go it and do the sessions online also. I have been doing so many inner child guided meditation and hypnosis, and they really work, they really the energy is felt. Okay, the cells will connect to the energies of the positive affirmations which are being guided in the videos on YouTube or on Google. You can do readings, or you can do an experimental therapy session, meditation, or the hypnosis, deep sleep hypnosis, or you can tune into the music which has the vibration of healing energy. All this stuff you can find on Google. Every solution is just a click of a button away, but we don't have time to treat our mental health issues because we are so good at covering them. And how much ever deeply wounded we are, we show that I am fine, I am happy. And if something miserable happens, you say that it's okay, I will come out of it, I'm strong. But we never try to treat it as we do treatment for our physical ailments. Even our psychological ailments, our mental issues need to be treated the way we treat our physical ailments for the complete well-being of our body. A human being cannot be disease free. He'll be having some, or they'll be having some or other disease, and with the increase of age the diseases will also increase. But you should have a healthy way of outlook towards your life, attitude towards your life. A little disease will not kill you. Even a big disease will also not kill you. It's the fear, it's the anxiety, it's the depression which kills. So you should bring strong mental stamina. You should increase the immunity of your mind, of your heart, of your brain, along with the immunity of your body. And the immunity boosters should come through self-realization, through really being happy, not showing that you're happy. You should really feel that happiness from deep within, and the happiness lies in the little things. Try to connect with your inner child. If you know that what really the issue is, or if you, sometimes we don't remember what happened to us, or sometimes we remember in bits and pieces what happened to us in childhood. So ask them, they will guide you. Tell them what they want. Maybe you wanted something which you never got in your childhood. It could be a little chocolate, it could be a little candy, or it could be a shoe, or it could be a shirt, or it could be a geometry box, or it could be a bag, or it could be a water bottle. A little thing, the inner child is stuck somewhere in darkness, and you have to give your hand and bring the child back and tell that, hey, I'm with you, I am you, you are me. So that should be the perspective. Don't think what the world will think about me. Who is the world? We are the world. You are the world. You are a part of a world. World is nowhere out. World is within you, inside you. So try to explore the world inside you. Try to get connected with your inner child. Okay? And if needed, you can go for the sessions with a psychiatrist. But see that it should be your decision, completely your decision, to have the dependency on drugs. Because once you get dependent on something, it will be really very difficult. Because what I have come to know, that this antidepressant drugs, if you continuously have them for more than 21 days, you will be addicted to have them throughout your life. So they are not safe. So instead, you can change the priorities in your life. Go for simple food, go for sattvic food, go for activities which you really like. Don't think that what I like is super silly. People might not want me to see doing all those silly things. Don't worry about people, because they don't exist. Okay? So keep them out. do things what you love. If you want to make your hair blue, make it. If you want to make your hair purple, go on. If you want to do a belly piercing, do it. If you want to do an eyebrow piercing, do it. If you want to look like a hard rock metal, like a hard rock metal band member, have that look. Don't worry about what people think, because people will anyhow think if you do something, and if you do nothing, if you're dead, if you're alive, they have something to say, they will blah blah blah. So you should start to love yourself. Self-loving is the initial treatments to treat your depression. The first aid is to understand the problem, the source. Then the treatment begins with self-love. Love yourself, caress yourself, do activities which you love, and then you will be probably try to understand the things around you, the beauty in the things around you which you have never ever seen before, and that will give you so many surprises. Start the treatment of your mental health, then your path will be filled with so many surprises. That's a promise. Okay, so have a healthy relationship with your inner child. See what it wants, give what it wants, and tell them that you are with them, because the inner child shows so many tantrums because it's been lonely since so many years, and you are also afraid to be in the fear of loneliness. You have that fear that you will be left out. Okay, so try to understand that loneliness is not very scary. Try to spend time with yourself. Try your own company, because loving yourself also means that you have to enjoy your own company. Try to understand the bliss in the aloneness, the stillness, the tranquility, the beauty of spending time with yourself, because it's all about your suffering, it's all about your pain, it's all about your anxiety, and all about your depression. So it should be, the happiness also must be flowing from within you. Okay, so with all these little tips and little solutions, your depression must be resolved, and you will be able to then bring about balance in your personal and professional life. So that is about, for those who have chosen pile 2, the way you can get complete release from your depression. Wish you all the best. God bless you. Time to move ahead with the third pile, the last pile. Laughing Buddha has brought laughter as medicine to resolve your mental health and to make your mental health stronger, and also has got a bundle of positivity so that it could bring the complete well-being into your lives. So let's see what is stored up for those who have chosen pile 3, the beautiful souls. The card which is coming out to show you the complete journey of your life, to understand what is the source of your depression and how can you get release from this state of depression, is King of Cups. So this is the card for the beautiful souls, those who have chosen pile 3. So what sense I get from the card is that of love and emotions which are deeply connected, because cups is representation of love and emotions, and with cups you could be a water sign, that is a Pisces, a Scorpion, or a Cancer. And this is really very contrary and very interesting about our mental health, that a human being is not content of whatever they want more, and the greed will never end. It's unending. That is the human nature. So we have to rise above it so that we can come out of all this depression and anxiety. And one more thing which is being left unconsidered is that we don't want to get treated for our mental health. We don't even want to discuss with people. Even somebody has sensed that you are showing some kind of disturbances in your behavior, in your body language, and when they ask you like what's your problem, we'll be like just end the matter by saying that nothing, everything is fine, just it's a bad day or a headache, or absolutely nothing, everything is fine, I don't know why you're feeling something like that. So there's always an escape plan is always ready, a runaway plan is always ready. We don't treat our mental state as we treat our physical diseases, physical ailments. We are so much concerned about, like, if we have a cough for more than a week, we go and consult a doctor, and if we have some other long-term diseases, we like regularly go for checkups. But when we are under depression, under anxiety, and even if we are taking a psychiatric help or counseling, we won't let people around us to come to the awareness to know that you are undergoing some kind of psychiatric treatment, because people will think that you are mad, you are mental, you are out of your senses. So you are afraid about what opinions people will have about you if they know that you have some kind of mental health. And the depression, the anxiety, the stress is triggered by all the opposite things. When you see a lot of failure, it will trigger your anxiety, and which leads you to depression. Success, you cannot handle the success, and again you are depressed. You don't get love of your life, depressed. You get love of your life, but now you find that you're not compatible, depressed. You get the kind of education you wanted to, but somehow after you get the degree, you think that you might have pursued education in some other subject, depressed. When you're undereducated, you are depressed because you didn't have sources to educate yourself. You're beautiful, you're depressed that somebody could do something to you. You're ugly, again you're depressed that you're not beautiful. So what I see from this card, the source of your depression is that you have nothing left in your life to achieve. You have achieved everything in your life. You are the king or you are the queen. You have all the riches, all the assets, all the material wealth, everything, family, friends, everything. Just name the thing and it's with you. But still, you find that something is missing. You feel hollow, you feel empty, and that stresses you out. That takes away your sleep, that takes away your hunger, that takes away the smile from your lips. You are not happy. That is the source of your depression. You want to be happy. The ultimate, the desire, your present desire is that you want to be happy. You are searching channels to be happy. You are searching keys to be happy. You are searching sources which will make you joyful, playful, light from within, which could bring about smile to your lips, which could add about that zeal to your eyes, the light to your eyes, where you can rest your back where you can have a peace of mind. And what sense I'm getting from this card is you're someone who is very mature, maybe above the age of 30, because you have achieved everything in your life. So at least after the education, you must have struggled for 9 to 10 years. So you are about the age of 30 and you're not happy. You have everything, but you're not happy. Something is missing and you want to get back that happiness, because as a child, you must have seen so many happy days. You must have seen the happiness to that level that you are terribly missing that particular feeling, because you know what is the feeling of happiness, you know what is the feeling of to be carefree, you know what is the feeling of to enjoy, to do activities which you love to do, to be around with your loved ones, to be around with your friends, with your family, to be enjoying in the nature, you know, all that. And you want it back again. You want the happiness to be recreated in your life, and you are craving for that happiness to come back into your life, but somehow you're not able to recreate it, and that's why that is making you stressed out, and which is the source of your anxiety, which is the source of your depression. Actually, you are someone who is very highly intellectual. Now that you're not finding the happiness, you're trying to do self-analysis. You're trying to introspect yourself. Okay, you're thinking that how can I get happiness? And you have an idea. You have a plan to be happy. Then you are again doubtful whether to execute that plan or not. You have an idea, you have a plan, you have an opinion, then you have two sides of your mind, yes or no. So all your source of depression lies in your own self introspection. You are thinking so much, but unable to execute anything out, because you're afraid about, will it be the right choice? What will people say, or what will my family say, or what will my children say, or what will my spouse say, or like, will it work out? So you have so much of doubt, and all this doubt is the result of your own self-analysis. So stop escaping. Accept that there is something which you are unable to manifest. There is something which you are unable to achieve. And your ultimate goal is to be happy. And you are trying to get it through your materialistic things. You're trying to buy happiness. You cannot buy happiness. All your wealth, in fact, all the wealth and riches of the world will not buy you happiness for even the fraction of seconds. So what is the solution for your release from the state of depression? The simple thing, what I can suggest through understanding your situation, is that I get that you are in a position, an authoritative position. You are in a leadership position, a position of a leader, a position of a king. You possess so much of wealth and so much of money. And if you really want to bring back happiness in your life, start with charity. Get involved into charity, because the happiness which is there in giving, in sharing, is really like out of words. I cannot express how good it feels to be able to help the person who is in need. And the charity should be done in such a way that it should not again The person who receives your charity should not know that it's done by you. That will multiply your happiness, your joy. You're giving 100 rupees and 100 of the magazines and 100 of the newspapers are writing that so and so person has given 100 rupees charity. That is not charity. Charity should be intentions that I want to help who are in need. I really want to reach them personally. Okay, no need to give 100 rupees, give 10 rupees, but it should be like when you give with your right hand, your left hand should also not know that the right hand has donated something. That secretively you have to do the charity, so that the happiness will come back to you multiply, like doubled, and it'll be like you will be receiving that energy, that goodness, that happiness, that joy. So what I suggest, the first solution to get release from your from your depression, the state of anxiety, is start doing charity. You can have your own charitable trust. You can give it some name, and you see that the charity is going into right hands, into proper hands, through proper channels, and it is really helping people out. If you can involve yourself personally, that would be really wonderful. Go ahead, do charity, help people, whatever kind of help they want, whatever you can do for them, do it. That will not only bring you happiness, but it will also bring about abundance in your life. Don't think that if you will spend what you have earned and what you have saved on people just like that in the name of charity, then what will the generations to come, what will happen to them? They will sustain. They will be actually in the more stronger position than you are, because that is the magic of the charity, So there are so many people who are dying out of hunger. There are so many people who are deprived. There are so many people who are not able to have even the basic education, who don't have even basic needs. So extend your hands to all the deprived people around you. Okay, so that is the first thing what I feel you could do, so that you can come out of your anxiety. And try to have a simple lifestyle. You're rich doesn't mean that you should have a luxurious lifestyle, because there are so many things which attributes to our mental health, So when you're rich, you have 3-story, 4-story, 5-story building, or you are living on 14th floor, or you're living on 70th floor, or you're living on 120th floor. So don't go above, don't detach yourself from the ground. Come down, get connected with the ground, stay connected with the ground, stay connected with the nature. Let your feet touch the soil, let your feet feel the soil, the grass. Okay, stay connected with the Mother Earth, Mother Nature. Change your priorities in your life. Switch for sattvic food, simple food. Because the food is the energy which builds about your thoughts. The more simple food you are choosing, the more simple will be your thoughts, and that will help you to collect the fragments which are scattered, and that can create happiness and joy in your life. Change the priorities in your life. Luxury is fine, but if that luxury is becoming the source of your anxiety, then so try to understand where is the root of your depression, of your anxiety. Do the first aid. Help yourself. Be happy. Because you already know what happiness is like. So be faithful that happiness will be recreated in your life. First through yourself, then others will also join you. So try to love yourself. Try to love yourself. Try to do things which you used to do and which made you feel really happy. You must have not forgotten what are the things which made you happy. So try to bring back those memories, bring back those people, those friends, those family with whom you have had wonderful days in your life, and try to bring back that spark of happiness again in your life. Okay? So what triggers depression is absolutely unexpected. Anything can trigger anxiety and depression. And one of the best example is the beautiful souls, those who have chosen pile 3. You have everything in your life. You are a king, but still you are within, you are empty, you are hollow, you are searching for happiness. And that happiness you can find through what the cards have suggested you. So I hope that you have resonated with what the tarots are trying to tell you. So the pile 3 reading has come to end. So the beautiful souls, those who have chosen pile 3, I wish you all the best. I wish that you will get involved into charity, into the service of mankind, and you will try to rise above your depression. You will get going. You release your depression, you release your anxiety, and you lead your life happier, spreading warmth, spreading hope into the lives of people who are lesser fortunate than you are. So with that, we come to an end of today's reading. So this topic, the depression, is really a topic which everybody needs to understand.